Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Hannah, and on this channel we talk all things home decor, home aesthetics, mixing high and low with new and old. And in today's video, we are talking about some designer inspired decor items on a budget. So if this is something you are interested in watching, just keep on watching. In today's video, we are talking about ways to recreate that high-end designer looks for less, utilizing our decor. Now, when it comes to our spaces, I think we all want our homes to embody a very curated, high-end, luxurious, comfortable feel. Now, sometimes that designer price point does not fit everybody's budget. So how can we get that look for less while incorporating some of the designer elements that we see in Shea McGee, Magnolia Home, Architectural Digest, Amber Interiors? How can we achieve that look without breaking the bank? So in today's video, I'm gonna break it down into a few different decor elements, how we can source them, where you can look for them to achieve that look for less. So without further ado, you guys, let's get into today's video. The first decorative item that I see designers use time and time again when it comes to their styles is decorative boxes. Now, decorative boxes on those high-end websites can definitely cost a lot of money, but I feel like we can source those other places like TJ Maxx, HomeGoods, Amazon, or even some of your thrift stores. Now, one thing I do enjoy about decorative boxes is although they are a decorative item when it comes to styling, they are also multifunctioning. So they're a style decor piece, but they also can be functional for hiding your remote controls or wires or anything you just don't want out in plain sight. So before heading to those higher end websites, be sure to check out some of these other department stores for less expensive decorative boxes. Coffee table books are an absolute must when it comes to designers. Designers use coffee table books as a way to ground a space if they are having a cluster of items on top. They will use it to have layer to a style. They will use it for taking up real estate within maybe a coffee table. It's absolutely crucial to have coffee table books within your toolbox. Now, with that, the price tags of coffee table books can be anywhere of $25 to $100. They are no cheap thrill, but there are plenty of places that we can source that look for less. Now, obviously, we can all go to HomeGoods. If you are unfamiliar, I do a HomeGoods series on my channel. I head to HomeGoods every single month to showcase the best products that I can find, and I always find really great prices for affordable coffee table books, and a lot of them are very designer. Now, if you don't want to spend $25, $35 on a coffee table book, another place that we can go for sourcing books is your Goodwill and antique stores. Goodwill have lots of books. Be sure to check the books that they have and just remove the cover. You'll sometimes find out that a lot of the books that we see in Goodwills have very neutral covers. So if you just remove the sleeve and utilize it just for a layer, or you just need that extra height for a style, this is a really great option because typically they're about $4 to $5 a piece. Now, if Goodwill books aren't your cup of tea, another really great place to source books for that designer feel are antique stores. Typically, antique stores, they have a ton of them and they are so well priced, from $1.50 to $5 a piece. They're smaller in size, so if you need more of them for open shelving or a cabinet, this is gonna be a really great place to go. Now, vintage books are great because they give that lived-in feel. If you love vintage, if you love something that is worn and used, this would be a really great alternative, and you're definitely going to achieve that designer look without breaking the bank. The next decorative item that we see a lot of designers use throughout their styles is layered artwork. Now, I think this has become very popular due to Shea McGee. She is definitely one that exudes that layered moments when it comes to styling artwork, and I really love the look of this. But if you're to hop on some other websites, the artwork can be very expensive, and I definitely think we can source those other places. You can definitely achieve that look for a lot less money. Heading to Hobby Lobby, HomeGoods, and TJ Maxx are just a few department stores that carry framed artwork. Obviously, they're going to be mass produced, but if you're needing something just inexpensive, quick, ready, already framed and ready to go, those are really great options. Now, I definitely suggest out of those department stores, HomeGoods is definitely a place to shop because it is constantly changing. It's not one item that's gonna be there for months. This is, once it sells, it's out the door. So you definitely have a chance of having something a little bit more original versus heading to, say, Hobby Lobby or At Home. Now, another place that we can go that I definitely think gets overlooked is Etsy. Etsy is such a great tool to use when it comes to printable artwork. You can definitely achieve that designer look for a fraction of the price. Typically, those prints are only about $5 a piece, and one thing also really great about doing printable artwork is that it barely takes up any footprint in your home decor stash. So if you have a place where you have all of your decor that you're not utilizing, having something printed versus framed is gonna take up less of square footage, less of a footprint in your home. So that's also a really great place to check if you're wanting that designer artwork for less. Another decor item that we see all the time in designer spaces is candles and candlestick holders. Now, I always source my candlesticks from, say, Hobby Lobby and Home Goods. I think these are two really great places to shop if you are on a budget. Candlesticks can get rather expensive, believe it or not, but if you are one that is trying to save money, Hobby Lobby has a really great selection. I found some really beautiful ones in a variety of different colors for they twisted. They also have pleated, so if you're wanting something with a little bit more visual interest, they have a really great selection. Now, Home Goods during the holidays has also a really great selection of ones of different shapes and sizes, so definitely be on the hunt for that. When it comes to the actual candlestick holder, these are items that can definitely get up there in cost if you are not careful. But if you're wanting that designer look, I recently went to Goodwill and I found some beautiful black candlestick holders, 2 of them for under 10 bucks. They definitely give that McGee & Co look for less. And so I definitely think going to your Goodwill and or an antique store, if you're one that really loves brass or that aged brass, I always will find candlestick holders at an antique shop, hands down, because obviously I know when you go to Goodwill and antique shops, it's definitely hit or miss. But if you're one that is looking for candlestick holders that exude that designer look, those are 2 spots that you'll always find some really cool finds. Decorative items are the last item on this list of high-end, achieving that high-end designer look for less. Now, decorative items, I feel, are something that is just like that topper. It's that last 10% of your style. And I think the decorative item is where your individual style really shines through. You can really get to know what that person is into, but I don't think it needs to come with a really high price tag. I found some of the coolest decorative items by vintage shopping. Some of my favorites that I have found are vintage fabric stamps. These are stamps that they've used to stamp fabric or wallpaper with, and they make some of the coolest just topper of my style. And so I definitely think you can achieve really cool decorative items all over the place. Flea markets, thrift shops, antique stores, your big box brand stores like Home Goods or Hobby Lobby. You can definitely find decorative items all over the place. I don't think anybody should really spend a ton of money on decorative items from high-end designers because there are so many really cool pieces to be found elsewhere. That is the last item on this list. All right, guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this designer-inspired decor on a budget. Hopefully this list gave you some ideas on ways to source products elsewhere. There are so many awesome places out there like Goodwill, thrift stores, antique, vintage shops that we can all shop at to achieve that designer look for less. But until next time, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.